Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Rev Marie. Love this. Happy Saturday. Almost full moon. Hope everyone's doing well and had a great day. Had a busy day, but good. I think fruitful day. We are in the first quarter of the moon. And what does that mean? Well, it kind of means that I'm looking for paper. It's time to put into action or put a plan, something that you started, wishing for, your desires and goals that you may have written down for the new moon. Well, now it's time to do that. Make sure I am off here. All right, we're in business. Today, I was talking to my guides yesterday. I'm like, what am I going to do? And it was about past life because this year is about endings. It's the year of the 9. It's about endings. And I thought there's some people out there that may not know what else they could remove or release before the end of the year. Because in 2026, we're beginning a new chapter, new everything. Everything's going to be the beginnings of beginnings. So I'm going to pull out a past life card for each zodiac sign. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. And Luna's still here. Oh, she just left. Luna was here a minute ago. So I think this would help you in some way to release what needs to be released. So let's start with Aries. We'll start with the fire element. Aries. What does Aries need to release? There was someone just before I started here, somebody that came through. I'm trying to remember. I should have wrote it down. Made me laugh. This woman, full of life and very funny, high sense of humor. I remember her name. I asked her name, but before I asked her, she gave me a name. And then I asked her, okay, what's your name? And she said, Angela. But there was another name she gave me to connect to it. Now I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. Apologize for that. But I was in the midst of something and she just came through. And she made me laugh, I have to say. Very kindred spirit. That's what I got from her. What was the other name? Not Charlotte. Something similar to that. But anyway, so if somebody's listening that has a Charlotte or Angela or something that is gone in spirit, she passed. I'm getting number 44, so she wasn't old, and it must have been suddenly but she was ready. Although it was suddenly, I feel that she kind of knew, and she was okay with it. Yeah, life is a gift for sure. She talks about the present. So whoever is going to have at Christmas time, whoever's going to get a gift that's wrapped in a gold kind of wrapper with a red bow, red maybe in red silver or red gold. Look out for that. That's for you, okay? I wish I remembered the other name. It was the first name she gave me, and it sounded like Charlemagne, but I know it wasn't. And then I said, well, what's your name? So it's a message for you. She's okay. She's all right. She's doing fine. She's wearing a pink dress, whatever that means for you, okay? All right. Card for Aries. Thank you. Card for Aries. This one wants to come out so bad. Finances. So some of you Aries, it may resonate with you, it may not. And if you like this video and it does resonate quite a bit with you, please share. Please hit the like. Subscribe if you haven't. So finances usually is something in this lifetime. Maybe you accumulate some wealth and then something happens and you have to spend it and you have to start all over again. It's a repeating pattern where you put some savings aside and something happens. You got to spend it. It's good to have it and to buy whatever it needs to buy or pay for whatever fixing. But it's like you're always trying to accumulate. Your relationship with money is being affected by past life experience. For instance, you may have had a lifetime of extreme poverty or even wealth. So many people struggle to save money because in their other lifetimes, it involved being in a communal setting. They had communal wealth. It was maybe a convent or a tribe or a village that provided for everybody's needs. So in those lifetimes, there was no such thing as individual accounts or separate possessions. And as a result, you may find that your finances are a perplexing and upsetting mystery. Your income may roller coaster up and down until you come to terms with the fact that you're currently incarnated in a Western capitalistic society that operates on individualism. So, to heal this situation, understand that money is merely energy. That's all it is. Can be used for good purposes or negative ones. Know that money is in itself neutral. It is what you do with it that matters. So act with the intention to help the world through charity and generosity. That is a noble virtue. So I would suggest, if you can, sometimes it doesn't have to be a big amount, pay it forward. Pay it forward. I think I've told people this before. My husband and I were at Timmy's. I live in Canada, so Timmy's, stopped by for coffee, and I go to pay, and the girl says, "Oh, it's already paid for." And I'm like, "Did you pay?" My husband, he's like, "No." She goes, "Oh, that guy over there outside, he paid." I'm like, "But why would he doesn't know us?" I thought maybe it's somebody we knew. Anyways, I went out there and thanked him, and I had to give money. I had to. It was difficult for me to accept the fact that a stranger just bought us coffee. He's like, and he didn't look wealthy. He didn't. But anyways, I said, "No, here's some money." And then after that, I thought maybe I should have just let him. He was giving, and but anyways, if it happens to me again, I'll be a little more prepared, and I'll say thank you, gratitude, and ask him if he wants money. If he says no, then I'll take that. I was shocked. I mean, it was very emotional for me. So, yeah. Leo, what about you, Leo? Oh, all the Leos out there. Fire sign, the lion. All right, lion, father. So some of you in this lifetime have maybe issues with the father that you have. That is perhaps due to a relationship in another lifetime that there was business. So in a previous lifetime doesn't matter, that it doesn't mean that your father now was your father then. It could mean he was a brother. He could have been a husband, a partner, a lover. Who knows, right? But this man that is now your father was with you in a previous lifetime. So any issues you've had with your father right now probably began a long time ago. So somebody may be looking at this or listening and saying, "Well, I don't think I've had previous lifetimes." Well, if this is your very first time here, then probably might not resonate with you. And as I go through all the zodiac signs, even if it's not your zodiac, like your sun sign, could be a moon sign, rising sign, one of them will resonate. If none of them at all resonates, I'd be kind of curious to know. Leave me a comment, but something's going to resonate somewhere along the line. So this card will yield clues about previous lives that you shared. Like I said, he may not have been your father in another lifetime, but souls continue to incarnate together in different roles. So your mother in this lifetime could have been maybe your sister in another lifetime, or your sister in another lifetime being your mother in this lifetime, or anyway. So to break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger and unforgiveness. Now, if you say, "Well, you know what, my father's passed," okay, write a letter. If you can speak to him and say, "I forgive you," doesn't excuse what was done, but forgiving heals you and heals that person. That we're talking on the soul level here. So you can even write a letter and then burn it if you like. So what I was saying here is on the soul level, there's something connected. It can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. So just your willingness to clear toxic relationship energy is enough to initiate the healing process. You may have to do it more than once. It depends. But remember that forgiveness doesn't mean, again, that you approve of this person's action, whether in this lifetime or other lifetimes. It simply means that you're no longer willing to carry around that anger energy, the anger, the hurt, the lost trust, loyalty. There's so much, right? But by releasing the past, you subsequently heal your present and your future. If you totally forgive your father and yourself, you no longer have to reincarnate with that soul. That's positive. That keep that in mind. You don't want to come back and repeat until you learn. You both learn, right? Unless you choose to. I mean, if you forgive and everything's good, and you both are on the other side, and you wish to reincarnate together, you can. But at least you won't have to, because it'll be your choice. You've healed. You've learned the lessons. Only growth, love that you've shared will be kept. So, as an added benefit, the healing work that you do with your father helps all the relationships that you have with men. So, think of, if you, for whoever's single that wants to get into another relationship with another man, and that'll help heal that. Or any relationship with your brothers, your fathers, your in-laws, brother-in-law, stuff like that. That will help that as well. Oh, Sagittarius, the Archer. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what do I have for you? Finances. So both fire sign, Aries and you, so doesn't surprise me. But again, fire at finances. So if you're in your life, money's come in and goes as fast as it comes in, goes out, maybe faster even, then it's probably due to a past lifetime. And what you can do is just today, sit down, light a candle if you like, and say, dear Lord, creator of your understanding, source, whatever it is, say, I am willing and open to receive abundance, to receive wealth, to receive money. I know money is just energy. And I would love your help in being able to not only accept, but delete some of the negative, thoughts that I have about money. A lot of us grew up saying, oh, so-and-so was born poor, they're going to stay poor. That's not true. That's not true. Some of the old belief patterns, just release them. Ask for help. Ask your guardian angel. Guardian angel can help you to release all of that. And you'll be on your way to, and believe, be open. Believe that, yes, money is energy, and money will come to you when you need, as you need. And believe that as much money that can come to you will come to you. It is your birthright. Okay? So don't let those past lives ruin this life. Accept that what was, and now, today, going forth, you're open, willing, and you believe energy is money. Money is energy. That's all it is. And it's an exchange. And our creator knows we need it on this planet to survive. So I don't think he will let you be without, completely without. That's my belief, my opinion, but okay. Air signs, Gemini. Any Geminis out there? The twins, Gemini. Celestial twins, Gemini. Gotta dig deep. Galactic. Ooh, love this. So I've done Sagittarius. I'm better put Gemini. Go galactic. So, been on another planet, eh? So this may be your first time here on this planet. Not as a reincarnated, because you could have been reincarnated on a different planet. So if you feel like an alien on planet Earth, and if you feel like you really don't belong, earthly customs such as like marriage, parenthood, just are not natural for you. They're just, you don't want to participate in them. So you may be, this is your first time on Earth. Also, if you find most Earthlings to be very physically, psychologically, and emotionally violent, yeah, some are. Some are. We've seen that lately. Some are. Your highly sensitive nature may be assaulted by such harsh energies. You just want to get along with everybody and be as kind as possible. But your compassion helps diffuse the world's tensions, making the entire universe a more peaceful place. So thank you for being here. Thank you. So you may find earthly relationships confusing and feel more at home with technology and healing energy. I've heard of, some scientists, all they do is like they work, work, work. They don't have much of a life outside of that. They're just technically, you know, computers, all that kind of stuff, very technical. They just want to be left alone with their work. Probably it's their first time here on Earth. So if you find other star people, even healing energy, yeah, some of them, energy healing, they do a lot of that work. They will help people heal, but then after that, it's like, okay, I'm alone. I want to be left alone. So if you find other star people, you'll discover the kinship that you're seeking. So just put yourself out there, go out there and meet other people of like minds. Since those from other planets tend to be shy and socially awkward, you may need to go where they gather. So online message boards, but be careful. Not all online message boards are legit or good. So really follow your intuition on that. Computer courses. You want to brush up on some computer? You might meet, star-like people. Science fiction conventions. Now I'm thinking of Big Bang. It comes up, right? Scuba diving trips. Reiki classes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. When people come to me to learn Reiki, well, first of all, they'll ask if they can take my class, and I'll know right away if they're meant for that. I'll know if they have healing energies. Anybody can learn to do some healing, but some are really powerful healers, and I'll know, and I'll just sometimes just ask them, okay, put your hands just above mine like that. Don't necessarily have to touch, and I'll put my hands over, and the energy coming out of there is just wild. So, but I usually know ahead of time that yeah, they'd be great as a Reiki healer. So just go out there, people. Go out there. Go out there, Geminis. Libra. What do we have for you, Libra? Libra's been going through a lot lately. Most Libras that I've talked to recently, they're going through a lot. This year's nearly ended. Now somebody's touching me on my head here. Oh, Libra is Greco-Roman. So if you pull towards any decoration, any of that culture, that is probably due to a past lifetime. And phobias, people that have phobias, sometimes it's due to a past lifetime. Okay. So this card here indicates that you've had a significant life in Greece or Rome. It's influenced the situation that you're inquiring about. So if you thought, well, she's talking about releasing things from a past life or in this lifetime that affected me with a past life, so I can move forward, and this is one of them. So if you're interested in Roman architecture, culture, spirituality, so maybe you've already visited that or those places, or have been to the Mediterranean, and it felt very familiar, like strangely familiar to you. If you've been to those places already, then definitely it's due to a past life. Or if you've always wanted to go, it's due to a past life. Sometimes we visit a place we've been in other lives, and it's like a deja vu experience. You know you've been there. You're going to see a house, and you think, oh, as soon as I go in, I just know where the kitchen is, where the dining room. I've been here before. So in that time, you've experienced relationships that form the basis of your present life situation. Call me. My voice here. And also carry the knowledge forward that you have gained in that lifetime. So now that you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece and Rome, Spend time researching these ancient cultures, the spirituality associated with those places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to better understanding yourself and your situation and what you're going through and what you need to release. So, Aquarius. I forget. Whoa, Aquarius, you want to know a lot of stuff. All right. Inquiry minds. I've got 3 cards here. Let me see. The middle card. Oh, that card wants to come. Forgiveness. Okay. I'm not just going to read the one, but I'm going to, because 3 cards came out for you, persecution and inquisition. And the other one was the baby. So, and the one that I pulled out for you was forgiveness. So Aquarius, something you may not even be aware of that you need to work on the forgiveness part. The situation you're inquiring about will be healed or improved through your willingness to release old, stored anger. You may not even be consciously aware that you've been holding on to resentment. Your anger may show up in subtle ways, such high blood pressure, addictions, insomnia, moodiness. And addictions not always like heavy duty drugs. And we're talking addictions could be alcohol, could be certain foods, different addictions for different things. Wouldn't it feel great to have stable moods and more control over your health? Forgiveness isn't the same as saying the actions of others were justified or accepted. Instead, forgiveness is a statement of self-empowerment. It empowers us. We gain our power back. You choose to detoxify yourself and all stored anger and other negative energies. So after all, when you hang on to anger, it only hurts you and not the other person. So to heal the situation, be aware that meditation and introspection are important practices that can help you. Okay. You see that your anger is merely a transient feeling, like a dark cloud floating across the sky. And recognize that the source comes from a past life. And let it go. Forgiveness is cathartic and profoundly healing. So free yourself from negative and harmful emotions. Just let it go. Release it. Let It Go reminds me of the song by Luba. Let it go. Let it free your body. Let it move your soul. Just love that song. Beautiful song. She's in spirit now. So, yeah. All right. Cancer. It's going to be a lot of water signs right now. I'm going to do Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So, Cancer. All right. What do we have? Somebody's saying, what do I need to know? Well, a high priest or priestess. Nice. High priest or somebody keeps touching me. Who's here? Keeps touching me, the top of my head. High priest or priestess. So you probably already know that you were a high priest or a high priestess during one or more previous lifetimes, especially if you're watching me and in this lifetime you're a high priestess or on your way to becoming high priest or a high priestess, then you know. You know that you know. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which, you know, that's why this card is urging you to put it in greater practice, because you already know. It's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping others, helping the world. You can send healing to the world. So this card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities, any fears about others knowing your beliefs. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what others think or feel. Do what needs to be done for you. Do you. You be you. And if you don't want to tell everybody, that's fine. Don't have to. All right. Okay. Whoa. The card of forgiveness just jumped out. Um, uh, that probably has to do with that as well. Just let it go. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio's got forgiveness. Put a card here because I didn't say Scorpio, but it came out. Anybody here today? Some people. Scorpio. Spirituality and religion. All right. Scorpio doesn't surprise me. And it doesn't surprise me about the Cancer because they're so intuitive, right? Water signs. So everyone's souls enjoys varied experiences and opportunities. So it's very common for us to explore a number of different religious and spiritual paths as we travel through lifetimes. While spiritual growth and knowledge accumulate during all lifetimes, the specific spiritual or religious path differs in each. Perhaps the religion you were raised with doesn't coincide with your true beliefs. So this acknowledgement sometimes triggers guilt, fear, or shame, unless you're aware of the bigger picture. Your spiritual knowledge is housed within your soul, and you are an internal being who is forever connected to the divine infinite wisdom. So this card asks you to explore alternative spiritual and religious paths. That's where you'll find the inner peace and answers you seek. You may have been raised Catholic, and then right now you're more spiritual, learning about a different religion, or it could be all within Christianity, but maybe changing certain things. Some have gone from Catholicism to Judaism. Some have gone from Muslim to Catholicism. So it's whatever is right for you. But all that you've acquired through all the lifetimes. And a lot of Scorpios are very old souls. So kind of makes sense. Pisces. I know there's a lot of Pisces on my channel. I know there is. All right. Oh, a lot of cards want to come out. Come on, just one card. Just the one. Okay. Greco-Roman, but I got a funny feeling there was something else. But if you're drawn to Greece and Rome, definitely. But I just feel I just got to do another card. High priest or priestess. I've done both. So some of you Pisces have had multiple lifetimes. And you're into healing. And healing, it takes different forms. It's not always like Reiki or hands-on healing. It could be massage. It could be, facials. Anything that helps the soul. It could be, teaching different things. It could be being, a spiritual mentor, so that as well. Great. That's great, Pisces. Capricorn. Any Capricorn in the house? So Capricorn. And remember, this could be your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. And sometimes the two cards that I pulled for one card for each sign, even though your sun sign, you say, okay, that makes sense. Look at the moon sign as well. And it's galactic for Capricorns. So some of you, it's the first time here. Not all of you, but for some of you. Taurus. All right, what do we have for you, Taurus? And getting rid of everything that no longer serves you. If you forget during a full moon, call on your angel, call on your guide, call on the God of your understanding, whether it's God or Jesus or the Virgin Mary or goddesses or gods, and just say, hey, you know what? I'm talking to you because I want to make sure that I finish this year by getting rid of everything, every obstacle, everything that hinders my growth. Because I want growth. I want growth. I want to grow spiritually and have a better, life. Taurus, imprisonment or slavery. Yeah, some of you have it had. It's pretty tough. That's, yeah. So in a past lifetime, some of you spent time in prison or could be just as a slave. Your rights were taken from you, basically, as well as your dignity and your freedom. Now you're free. In this lifetime, you're free. But you may still harbor fears related to those lifetimes. Maybe one lifetime, maybe more than one. So you may feel claustrophobic. That's one of them. In a confined space or on airplanes, some people just are afraid of flying, and they say, they're afraid. It's a phobia. A lot of phobias, whatever it is, afraid of flying, afraid of water, afraid of spiders. It's phobia. A lot of it is connected to a different lifetime. So you may have developed what they call a form of Stockholm syndrome, where you feel empathetic for those who abuse. Um, and on the other hand, your experience can also make you feel exquisitely compassionate towards those who suffer. So you may devote yourself to defending the underdog and bringing more love and justice to this world. And I've met some people who have done some readings where it is true to that for them. They have had that lifetime. They remember part of it. Some of it makes sense. And in this lifetime, they're of service to others and helping them. So to heal any residual fears from that previous lifetime, remember the details of that past life to loosen the shackles and free yourself from the symptoms. So channel your altruistic feelings and tendencies into helping society. That's how you're going to get rid of that. Acts of kindness and compassion heal the individual as well as the world. So little acts of compassion doesn't take much. You're at a grocery store, you're on a subway, you're on a metro, on a GO train. Somebody looks at you and you have that feeling that that person maybe have had a rough day or is going through something rough, and they're not smiling, and you smile at them. And sometimes the smile is returned, sometimes it's not. But just know that when you smile at them, it helps them. It does. It does something to them. They may not want to show it. Some of them do. And you'd be surprised. Just show acts of kindness, helping somebody, whenever you can, with what you have, of course. Virgo. Virgo, what do we have for the Virgos? Greco-Roman. A lot of you have spent Greece and Rome. And a lot of people that will be probably listening will be probably from around those Europe, and a lot of people here too in North America. Yeah, so Greco-Roman. Let's go one more time because it's come up like this. I think the third time. I should have jotted down beside what zodiac sign, but it's up to you to remember. Stuff. So it indicates, yes, you had a significant life in Greece or Rome, and it's influencing the situation in your life now. So again, if you're drawn to that kind of architecture or the culture or the spirituality, perhaps you visited those areas. And I said, if you didn't and you've always wanted to go, something inside of you is pulling you there. That's why. That's why if you can go, check it out. But if you do go, or you have been, and things were like, wow, this is so familiar, I feel at home. I don't know why, I've never been here. It's my first time. You'll know. That's why. That is why. Yeah, when you go somewhere, anywhere in the world that you feel like, wow, have I been there before? I'm a little confused. Did my parents take me here when I was younger? Deja vu, right? Yeah, it's a lifetime. I met a lady one time and we sat and talked for a good 20 minutes, maybe more. I knew her. She knew me. But our names, no recognition of the names. We went through all the places. I moved around quite a bit when I was younger, and none of the places that I lived that she lived, and vice versa. But we knew each other. It was just unbelievable. That happened many years ago, mind you. I think it was maybe about 20 years old. And we were baffled. I mean, We met at it was a big like fair, and we sat at the table and talking. At one point, our husband said, "Okay, well, let's go," kind of thing, and we just couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure out. Now, sometimes I forget names, but I remember faces. Couldn't figure out. You may find earthly relationships confusing, right? No, that's not you. That's the galactic. So all the knowledge that you've had in other lifetimes, you've carried it into this lifetime. May not be aware of all of the knowledge, but it'll come up. Like you'll be remembering things. If you want to learn something, and you think you're learning something really easily, it's because you're not learning, you're remembering something. So now that you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece or Rome, and Rome, maybe both, spend time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality associated with those places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to a better understanding yourself and your situation, and it'll help you heal. So, and I'm going to pull one card for everyone, for the greater, consciousness of everybody, because we're all kind of one big energy with different experiences, like a tree with different branches. And I think on those branches, we're more than branches, we're probably the leaves off those branches. So let's pull one card for everyone as my guide does, show us something that everyone that's going to be listening has experienced in another lifetime, and that it can help us in this lifetime. Medicine man or woman. And that makes sense because a lot of people, and especially women back in the day, were medicine women, and a lot of the medicine men were highly regarded in tribes and that. So it reveals that pretty much everyone who's watching tonight and everyone who's going to be watching, if they're drawn to this video, this is for all of you. You had a past lifetime as some kind of healer. So you brought this knowledge forward, and now it's embedded within your unconscious. And this is why you have an instinctive knowledge of healing, as well as a natural healing gift. So this card is here to help you gain confidence as a healer. Perhaps you're considering taking classes or entering a healing profession. This card indicates that you have a soul connection to this topic. So while there's never a guarantee or absolute success, you have a passion and a calling for healing that could form the basis for a successful practice. So, some of you may be, wanting to become a nurse, a doctor, a registered nurse practitioner, chiropractor, dentist, whatever. Anything and everything in the medical field. Lab technicians, people that draw, blood, anything to do the healing service. Yes, Reiki, hands-on healing. There's different modality of energetic healing. But if you're called to something about healing and want to heal someone and heal the world, you've had a past lifetime in that. That's why you're being called. Well, I do hope some of this resonated with you, and that you can ask for clarification, maybe perhaps in a dream, will help you to release everything that you need to 2025. So in 2026, a brand new slate. Starting new, starting fresh, starting with a lot of energy. Your soul has been cleansed, and you're ready. You're ready. You've got your power. You're ready to move forth. So I will leave you for now and wish everyone a blessed night, blessed tomorrow Sunday. And I will see you again next week. Until then, take care of you. Namaste. Thank you for watching. Bless you.